Welcome back, students and others. Let's take a look at this question. How can we extract transcribed speech from text? Whether that's real speech, like in a newspaper article, where we can assume that the person has, said what they supposedly said, or in fictional speech, like in novels or short stories where there's, character Johnny said this, whatever type of speech is transcribed, we can extract that out. So that's what we're going to look at in this video. So let's take a look at that. There's a couple software packages I want to show you. One is Stanford Core NLP. Stanford Core NLP, as you may or may not know, is great software for doing all things NLP, or many things NLP at least, right? Here's their front page, their homepage, right? It's written in Java. You need the latest Java version, Java 8. At time of recording, you need this version here. So we're going to use a command line interface to this software. And specifically, we're going to look at this right here, quote extraction attribution. So it deterministically picks out quotes from a text. And all top level quotes are supplied by the top level annotation for a text. Okay. If a quote annotation with this object corresponds to a quote that contains embedded quotes, these quotes will appear as embedded quotation annotations that can be accessed from the top level one that they're embedded in. Anyway, let's just jump down to an example here. So here's the little command line interface to it. We need to add something to make it work though, but this is the command line interface. Well, I guess we better back up. Let's back up even farther. Let's go back over here. The first thing you got to do is obviously download the software. Download Core NLP. Right there. It's a zip file and you just unzip it, opens up a directory, right? And it has all sorts of stuff. Let me actually let's look at that real quick. Let me grab this. And if we just go into, let's just CD into Stanford Core NLP and we look in here, we have all sorts of stuff. And these jar files right here, there are quite a few jar files. These are Java files, right? So, yeah, all sorts of files sitting in here, and we're not gonna mess with these. We don't need to mess with these. Okay, I'm gonna actually back up to there. So yeah, that is the first step. Download it, unzip it. I assume you know how to do that. Good. And then we need a sample text. Here's our little sample text. I'll just use what they have here. In the summer, Joe Smith decided to go on vacation. He said, I am going to Hawaii. That July, vacationer Joe went to Hawaii. Wonderful. Hope Joe Smith had a great time. And when you ask for the extracted quotes, it gives you this. It gives you the character offset, gives you the text, and then it says Joe Smith said this. Even though right here it says he said, I'm going to Hawaii. What it does under the hood, I guess we can stop right here. What it does under the hood is that, let me zoom in quite a bit actually, is that it does all sorts of steps before it gets down to the quotes. It does tokenization, right? Breaking up the text into tokens, words, and punctuation. It does part of speech tagging, POS, part of speech. Lemmatization, right? Getting the lemmas of the words. NER stands for named entity recognition. So it recognizes people and places and quantities and other things called named entities. So it recognizes those. The dep parse here is dependency parsing. And then the co-referential is the last step before we get to the actual quote module or annotator. And then we have a flag here for our text file that has the text we want to pull the quotes out. And you can specify as different output formats. The default is, not the default, but the one they have here is text. We'll actually use JSON. It's a little easier to work with JSON. So anyway, yeah, that is how you use it. And so let's do it. Let's go back over to VS Code. So there's my simple sentence I grabbed from their website, right? And so I'm one level above. I'm one level above the directory with Stanford Core NLP. That's where my text file is. Let me just show you that text file. Let's just use vim quote example. There it is. It's the bottom part of my screen has a display of the top part of my screen as well, right? Anyway, so that's what we're trying to get to. And so what you do, and the command is right here. Well, let me jump back over to the website real quick. This is the command they say, but you have to put in the class path. So we could just copy this and change it. I guess I'll copy that, and I've already changed it here. What I've done is I've added a CP flag. It stands for class path. Now, if you're sitting in the Stanford Core NLP directory, you just put an asterisk like that between quotes, single or double. I don't think it matters. And then you need to change the flag for file to the actual file, whatever the name is and whatever it is. So, for example, let's get rid of this one down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step in my downloads. Within my downloads, I have a directory called Stanford Core NLP. So I'm going to say, I want you to go to Stanford Core NLP. Let me actually use this down here. So if I say CD Stanford Core NLP, if I just grab that little bit of text right there, right, put it up here, the top part of my screen, and then a /, and then the asterisk, all that between quotes there. Good. And then down here in the file, I need to change this because right now I have it saying go up one file, but I'm going to actually say right here in the downloads, you're going to find a file called quoteexample.txt, and I want you to use that. And then the output format, I have JSON on the website. Their example, they had text. There are other formats as well, like XML, I believe, is another one. There's others, I believe. So I'm going to use JSON. So I'm just going to grab this little bit of code on the top part of my screen, Control C that, actually Command C, oopsie, Command Z that. And then down in the bottom part, I'm going to clear out this, have my command line interface, and just paste that command. If all goes well, yeah, it's working. I can see it's working down at the bottom part of my screen. If I zoom in quite a bit, you can see it working there. And it said it took 7 seconds to do that. And what it did is it created, let me actually get into there, it created an output file. So if we look at what we have now, let me zoom out a tad bit. We have quote example JSON right there. You know, 1 second, let me double check it didn't put it out here as well. 1 second. Oh yeah, it did put it out here, okay. Here we have quote example.text.json. This is the output that was just created from that command we just ran. And so if we just look at it, if we just do like a vim on that .json, just look at it, it did all sorts of analysis, all sorts of NLP analysis. So we got sentences here, but at the very bottom of this whole thing, what I want to show you is that we have the quotes. Now there's only one quote in that little toy example, the toy file that we had, right? It was, I'm going to Hawaii, and it was said by Joe Smith. And so we could obviously use Python or whatever other language we want to parse up this JSON file and grab out the quote. So to give you an example of that, let's actually do that just real quick. Okay. Yeah, so when we print it up, we see just, there's a JSON file. Cool. What we want to do is get into the actual quotes. It turns into a dictionary in Python, right? So let's do that. Let's get into here and just print this up. Bang, there is the quote. Might be better just to loop over these things actually. Right, so like for Q for quote in that, print up the current quote, which is only one for this current one. Now it's a small little dictionary, right? So we got to get into there. Excuse me. If we just print out the text, there it is, I'm going to Hawaii. And then if we print up Q, speaker, Joe Smith. There it is, Joe Smith, I'm going to Hawaii. It figured that out given this text right here. It said, oh, here's a quote. And even though it says he said, it knew that it was talking about Joe Smith. Like Joe Smith was the he here. There's dependency parsing here. That's how it figured that out. So pretty cool software. Now this is a very toy example, right? But we could obviously run it over news articles or fiction, you know. So that's Stanford Core NLP. Again, there's this Java interface that I'm going to deal with here. Obviously, if you know Java, you could just use it as you would like in your own Java scripts or program. But I just use the little command line interface there. Now I could obviously use Python, use the subprocess.run function in Python to call this, which is what I do in the lab for this lesson. So anyway, that's Stanford Cornell P quote extractor. There's another thing I want to show you guys. It's called a second piece of software here, different. This is called a TextAC or something like that. It's based on Spacy. Spacy is NLP software in Python that is good and cool and often used in the Python world for natural language processing type stuff, including part of speech tagging. They have a transformer model here. You can use large language models in here too. Very robust software, but this is kind of like a derivative of it. And one of the functions that they have is this quote, direct quotations. Extract direct quotations from an attributable speaker from a document using simple rules and patterns. Do not extract indirect or mixed quotations. Okay. So let's take a look at that. And I have a little script here already. Let's see, where did I put that one? Here it is. So let's just use that same toy example I had before of Joe Smith going to Hawaii, going on vacation. And so here it is. Well, should we jump over here? I mean, you have to obviously pip install or UV add, right, if you're using UV or something else like Pixie. Anyway, so you install it. Documentation's here. Installation, it's a classic pip install or UV add, conda install, etc. Pretty standard Python stuff, right? And then you need to download, a Spacy model. And so I've done that already. And here it is. So yeah, import TextAC. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Also import this one module called extract from TextAC. So there's my pathway, or just the name of the file that has this toy example of Joe Smith going to Hawaii. Wonderful. And I'm just going to open it up, read in the text as a string, dump that string into this function make Spacy doc, which is a method or a function on the TextAC object or the module. And I'm using the EN Core Web Small Spacy model there on line 10. Let me zoom in a bit for us. Okay. And then, yeah, you have a doc there. You pass that doc into this function or method on this object within this module. We're just going to loop over the quotes. We're going to print out the speaker and the content of the quote. So if I just let this rip, let's see if everything goes well. It did not. Oh, I know why it didn't go well. It doesn't seem to work with Python 3.14, that time of recording this video. But it does seem to work with Python 3.13. So if I ask it to do, let's actually go like this there, and then do this, that, hit it. Oh, I know why. Ya me lo sé. Let's actually just CD into there. That's probably easier for us, for everyone involved here. All right, Python 3.13. I want you to run delete.py, hit it. There. So what it did is said it thinks the speaker is he, the cue is said, and the content is I'm going to Hawaii. So it did get the quote, but it attributed it to he. It didn't do the dependency parsing like Stanford Cornell P did to say, oh, he refers to Joe Smith. So, okay, it got the quote, but only got he, didn't get Joe Smith. Not quite as complete, right, as the Stanford Cornell P we just saw a minute ago. But there you go. Pretty easy to use. Not many lines of code in Python. Pretty easy to use. So yeah, that's how that's how you can do quote extraction from prose, from text. Like I said, it could be newspaper articles or like fictional speech, quoted speech, right, in fiction, novels or short stories or whatever. So yeah, there it is. It's not hard to do, and that can be useful. It's another form of speech, right? It's either transcribed speech that somebody actually said, or in fiction, an author's conceptualization of what somebody might have said in a certain scene, right? So there you go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.